Salve omnis, it's your boy, Lukael. Welcome back to the Forgotten City. This is episode 4. So in the last episode, it was a very busy one. We learned a lot of secrets. We learned that there's a creature hiding down in the sewers. We learned the true nature of the Forgotten City, which is that we are apparently in the underworld, and we were sent there by Karen. Not Karen, but Charon. Which is like a very, very obvious twist. I hesitate to even call it a twist, but somehow I hadn't seen that coming. Like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together until Equidia actually spelled it out for me. So not my brightest moment, but it is a very intriguing premise, and I'm curious to see how we'll manage to escape. We still have a lot of things to do, a lot of leads to pursue. You know, for such a simple game and a simple concept, it really is quite fun. So looking forward to playing some more today. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and without any further ado, let's jump right back in. Alright, here we are. I actually forgot that I didn't stop at the beginning of a cycle. We're like kind of near the end of a cycle actually. So like there's a few things I wanted to do that we'll have to wait until we start a new cycle. I kind of want to start fresh, so I think I might just break the rule so that we start with a new run, you know?
Shalom. I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere I could get to.
Fortune smile.
There are still 2 places I've never been able to reach. First, the palace. If Navia managed to get in, then I suppose Scintilla could have too. The only other place she could be is somewhere in the cistern network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper cistern before he was locked up. So you could ask him about it, I suppose.
I'll get right on it.
All right, friend.
Wait, I've already done this
Thanks
though.
for the
Like,
chat.
we found the pendant and the skeleton. Isn't that clues to her whereabouts? They keep mentioning the palace and Navia locking herself in there, but other than opening the door with the key, I don't know how you would get in there. Like, is there really another way to get there? A fountain producing fresh water which is coming from the aqueduct behind it. If water can enter the city via the aqueducts, perhaps there's also a way to escape through them. I guess so. Could there be like a hidden door somewhere? We still hear someone like getting beat up back there. But like, I didn't see any secret door or anything. Oh, weird, there's 10 arrows in there. Could we possibly use a bow? What is this sound? I'm really curious to see what this damn sound we hear is. Like, why do we hear someone getting beat up? There's arrows in that chest. Are we supposed to use the arrows to like do something? Can I maybe get back? No, you can't get back there. There's like an invisible wall stopping you here. So I was like, maybe you can get in the back and enter the palace that way. Let's take this money. Otherwise, the only way is like the cistern.
I hope you're coping.
Hello, Yulia. Anything new with you?
Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Galerius just saved my
Right,
life.
he's the one that saved you
Was
in
there
this
something
cycle.
you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Our priestess at Kratia once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for
Why am I getting Discord
didn't think it
notifications?
through.
What the fuck?
I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans, they don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But
Yeah,
the
of
point
course.
is, they don't have to.
There's other ways
They've
to
got
hurt
running
people.
Scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Don't worry, I'm working on that.
Really? Then I hope fortune smiles on you, friend. All right. Goodbye.
Alright, sorry about the Discord sounds. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, that should fix it. Sorry about that. This reminds me, we might not have time for that much in this cycle. Is this Rufus?
Citizen. Name's Rufus. Better watch your step.
Right, we haven't even talked to any of these people. Any idea where I'd find a Roman plague?
No idea what you're talking about.
Well, in this cycle, I'm not the one that helped him with the rheumatism, right? Unless I tell him that I told Galerius how to do it.
What? That was Galerius, not you.
Well, where do you think he got the willow bark?
Oh, he got it from you?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you did help me then.
So come on, give me
I
something.
think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied.
You're just such a
Can't be too
liar.
careful these days. Head into the caves behind the theater. Turn right, then right again. Oh, and here. You'll need this key.
Oh? You got a key for me? Key to the secret shrine. Oh. Behind the
Didn't get that
theater.
from me.
Got it, thanks.
See you around.
Which building is the theater? I'm not actually sure. The theater?
Salve.
Because over there are the villas. And then here... These are like temples to the gods, right? Is this the theater? No, this is locked. What I was gonna say... Can you get like behind it? So it's very dark, sorry. What I wanted to do in this cycle is go back underground, talk to the old man, and tell him I know the god responsible for the city. It's Pluto / Hades. Also, we can ask Georgius about... We can ask Georgius about the Greek plague.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our
Don't you just
midst.
love springtime?
I know. You want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some questions. Okay, I don't have to be rude about
My
it.
friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will.
Is this a Greek accent? I haven't met a lot of Greek English speakers, so I'm not sure. Do you know where I might find a Greek lake?
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but
It's kind of weird
why
how
must
they did
change
that.
the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up.
'Cause
and
no
I
more
become
hair.
Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman now. Plus, I have no hair left to pull.
Yeah.
But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell. Just
Really?
opposite the Temple of Demeter.
He has it in his cell? I'm a bit hazy on my Greek-Roman history, but like, is that really how it is? Where like the Greek had all this mythology and then the Roman just like stole it and copied it, but changed the names? Like, why'd they do that?
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Like, I've always known that you know, there's different names for gods for Greeks and Romans. But I wasn't really sure which came first. I kind of assumed it was the Greeks, because I know the Romans like conquered a lot of other nations. I learned that again from Asterix. But yeah, why would they just like change all the names but keep everything else? That's weird. Let's see if we can go talk to this old man again. I hope this flashlight never runs out of batteries. Alright, I got some news for you. I know.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
I'm
It's a
Lukael.
sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I'm looking for a plague that was removed from the obelisk.
Ah, yes, that cursed thing. I know exactly where it is. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. The one thing I long for above all.
There you go. You don't even get the option of saying like, oh, I don't know yet, or like, this game does that a lot where if you have the thing or like the answer, you don't get the option of waiting for later before saying it. Like, you have to say it right now. I mean, I don't really know why you would want to wait, but it is Pluto, god of the underworld.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
Sure.
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I could say yes, but it definitely is a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same.
Hey, we'll get along great.
That's probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the golden rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
Well, not really, because of the time loop mechanic. I don't really have to weigh like the morality of my actions.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, that depends, because the problem with collective punishment is it's not just about you, you know? You can do your own part, but then someone else might break the rule. It's not all up to you. You're not in full control of the situation. You can only do your part, but then someone else might mess it up. But also, it's like, whose morality are we talking about? Like, they don't have a set list of rules that they need to obey. They weren't given that. It just says your sins, but they don't really know what sins. I feel like it would be a lot easier if they had an exact list of like the rules they're not supposed to break, because then it's easier to enforce. I mean, it's still kind of wrong, but it would be easier to manage for sure. But then you would also get people trying to like bend the rules and get around it, of course, and find loopholes, you know? Like, oh, it's okay if I don't poison you myself. I can just make your life miserable and then you'll poison yourself to get out of it, you know? Things like that. Whose version of right and wrong?
That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
I don't think so. You know, there's basic things like don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you, but that can vary from one person to another. One system of morality which is always perfectly correct. I mean, that's philosophy, right? That's like Kant and fucking morality in a nutshell. Now, what do you guys think? Like, what would you answer to that question? Is there a system of morality which is always correct? What about never doing anything that can hurt someone else? Would that like hold under scrutiny? Will that work in every situation? Never do something that hurts someone else. But then what about indirectly? What about hurting yourself? And I don't know. That's really hard to say. Which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing. Because sometimes, and morality is a fascinating concept, and I love when it's brought up in games because it's really interesting to think about and debate. And you know, a lot of fiction does not really tackle with morality that much. Like there's usually a very clear good guy and very clear bad guys. You know, in Star Wars, the Emperor and the Sith are evil, like straight up evil, and then like the Rebellion, they're the good guys. In something like Lord of the Ring, you know, it's even more clear cut. You've got the orcs who are evil, and then the realm of men who are good. It's much easier to tell a story when you have a clear good versus evil, because then you don't have to question like the morality of your action. But in something like Game of Thrones, you know, settings that have more of a gray morality, and like everyone is kind of the hero of their own story, and so what they do makes sense to them, but then of course for other people not so much. It's the fucking, you know, trolley problem. Is it morally correct to kill one person to save 5 people? Like, is that always morally correct? Is it okay to steal from people who have more money than you to feed your starving family? Is that morally correct? You know, there's countless such situations and scenarios where you can ask like 1,000 people the same question, and maybe some people are gonna have a different answer. Some people might say, no, you should never steal no matter what, or you should never lie no matter what. Like, can you lie to someone to spare their feelings? Like, should you kill a few people to save the lives of many? You know, I think back to Game of Thrones, and like everyone is probably familiar with the Red Wedding, right? A lot of people die there, and like it's this horrible, completely horrific event. But then when Tywin, who's responsible, gets told about it, he says, well, why is it any worse to kill 20 people at dinner than to go to war and kill like 2,000 people? Like, is that worse somehow? And like, you know, it's a good point. Is it really more moral and more noble to go on a battlefield and kill like thousands of people in open war than it is to like backstab a few people behind closed doors so you can avoid the war? Like, it's murder, but you know. So I don't actually think so.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
I think there's no such thing as a correct morality. There's none. You know, morality is a human invention. It's the invention of an intelligent mind that lives in a complex society's system. You know, in nature, we don't think lions are evil for killing like a sick or elderly or defenseless animal to feed their own. You know, planet Earth is a giant grinder of life forms where like billions of life forms die every single day to feed other life forms. And like, we don't really think twice about it, but then what we do to ourselves among humans, that's where morality comes from. That's a human invention. You know, it's not an absolute truth of the universe. It's not an exact science. Like, water will always freeze at 0 degree, would always boil at 100 degree. Is something moral or not? That's something you can debate forever. Like, there's as many versions of it as there are individuals, because it's all a matter of perspective and your values. And like, you know, for a very long time in so many countries it was considered okay to have slaves, and no one really considered that evil for a long time, until eventually, thankfully, it wasn't okay anymore. Or like women's right to vote, or like there's as many versions of right and wrong as there are perspectives. So I don't think there's one such thing as a correct morality.
So is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and customs of whichever community we're in?
Well, if you want a community and a society to function, you do need to establish a set of rules, and people have to try and obey those laws as much as possible. But then you'll have community or societies where like the people who decide the laws are like fascists, or you can have dictators, you can have fascist governments, and then like sometimes breaking the rules and breaking the laws is actually the morally correct thing. But like for the most part, if you're in a society that's well managed, like, you know, democracy is typically considered the most, you know, it's not a perfect system, but it's kind of like the best we could come up with. It's like, well, let's decide with the majority of people and let's try to accommodate and find like a middle ground that will please everyone. But then of course, there's a lot of flaws in that system because there's so many people. But for the most part, in societies with a democracy, you do have to try to follow the rules because you have to assume they've been decided by people who had the good of the community in mind. And if no one obeyed them, it would be complete chaos. But some rules might not align with your own personal code. But then if everyone decides for themselves, again, it's gonna be chaos. I mean, they kind of do anyways. I think it maybe just so happens that most people's morality kind of aligns with the laws anyways. But because you're really only in control of your own actions, you need to kind of decide for yourself. I think we need to decide for ourselves.
So if a man feels that
But that's very
stoning to death his unfaithful
individualistic.
wife is right, then is it right?
No. I only get one answer here. No, that's absurd.
I agree. But why? Didn't you just say right and wrong depends on the individual?
If he feels it's right to kill his wife, then he's confused or sick. Not necessarily. There are some people who think that's like just normal, I'm sure. But you're asking me, so it's like, according to my morality, it's not correct, but according to this guy, it would be. Alright.
And that's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized person to change their position when presented with a superior argument.
Okay, I don't necessarily think that it should be up to each individual. I'm just saying that it is, you know? We only control our own actions. So of course, if someone decides to break the law, he's just going to. Is that correct? Is that right? Of course not, but like, what are you gonna do? What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows
Well,
any
that's just
hard
what I
and
was
fast
saying.
rules about right and wrong.
I want to say it's a fair point, but it's also exactly the point I was making.
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people
Yeah, of
will
course.
always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth
I agree.
that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the
Which
Golden
itself
Rule.
is wrong.
This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
It is kind of like the fascinating thing about human societies. It's like, if you're under a tyrant or a dictator, but you happen to agree with all the rules they set, you could be like, this is great. Finally, people are forced to follow the rule that I believe in. So it's great for you, but it sucks for everyone else who doesn't agree with that. So, you know, in a lot of modern society, we really value freedom of the individual. And that's great for the most part, but then it will sometimes lead to people going over the line or like doing kind of crazy things that you might not agree with just because they have the freedom to do it. And so you get people kind of yearning for a more like autocratic, and I think it's kind of those sentiments that tend to lead to the rise of fascist ideologies where you're like, well, I don't like this freedom and I want it to be taken away from other people because I want everyone to have to obey the rules I believe in. And like, I have to apologize here. I feel like these are very, very complex topics and I have a lot of thoughts about them, but because English is my second language, I do feel like I have kind of like a limited vocabulary to really discuss these topics, and I feel like I'm kind of trying to paint this elaborate picture, but all I have is a box of crayons, you know? So I know I'm talking about it in a very simplistic way, and part of the reason is because I'm not really that knowledgeable about, you know, governments and you know, social politics and all that stuff, but part of it is also because I don't really have my full vocabulary available to me to really discuss it. So anyways, life under tyranny is not a utopia. Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
Okay, so who are you? Can you finally tell me who you are? What's your story?
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
We're kind of at the end of the cycle, I feel, though, right? Because especially because I've been talking to him without pausing the game, which means time is running here. Maybe I should come back later.
Ah, very well then.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, would I be living like this?
What do you think about the golden rule?
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me.
Well, you just didn't really explain your own view all that much. Do you know where I can find a plate that was removed from the
You
obelisk?
seek the plaque bearing the Egyptian
The plaque? Oh,
inscription.
sorry. That's the one.
It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you if Kabash had not already taken it.
Alright, then tell me where Kabash is.
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek.
Entirely?
The architecture, the temples, and the people.
And how do you know
When the
this?
Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the Shrine of Persephone became the Shrine of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach.
So that's the temple we came through, is the Temple of Demeter. I guess it makes sense that Hades would have created this Greek city in the underworld, but then as a bunch of Romans died and came here, they conquered this place as they did in their lives. I'm with you so far.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription.
And what did it say?
We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage.
But you did the same
Turns
thing.
out this game has been going on much longer than any of us
It's
imagined.
kind of been going as long
I
as
think
there
it
has
is
been
best to
people.
head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
And what's in there?
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
Key to the catacombs. Okay, I'll be going now.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret.
You still
Yes.
have not told me your name. Alright, I will. At least I will try. But I don't think I have time to go in the catacombs. We have to be very close to the end of the cycle at this point, right? I've been talking to this guy for a long time, so let me go back up, because I don't want to be stuck down in the in the tunnels when the statues start shooting, you know? I've been recording like 40 minutes and I haven't really done anything this whole episode just because I've been talking about fucking morality. What's been happening out here? Is everyone at the election? Not yet. More time than I thought. Oh wait, he said behind the theater. Is this the theater? This is the forum, right? Is the forum a theater? So then the secret path would be... Oh, I didn't know there was money in there. So then the secret path would be behind this building. I need like a quick way to reset the cycle. Which I guess would just be shooting an arrow at someone, but... What if I kill Malleolus to reset the cycle, and then I would also get to loot his body for any... See, that's what I was talking about last time. You start losing your humanity. The Great Temple door locked. It's all the way down there. Hello, Octavia.
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something?
I'm looking for a Roman plaque that was removed from the obelisk.
Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say.
Perhaps the magistrate would like to know about your beliefs. Ooh, you can threaten her. I'm not going to do that.
Ah, that's a shame. Another time then.
I want to say I'm going to try not to do wrong things. But having said that, I've already killed Domitius last time. Like I shot an arrow in his back just to try, just as a test. So I really can't claim the moral high ground anymore already. I've already done kind of fucked up things just for the sake of trying.
The Great Temple majestic?
I don't know which one is
Oi!
the theater.
How did you get in there, you cheeky little Sturkus? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
Alright. Let's just go steal the money. That's a good way to end the cycle, and I'll have 2,000 denarius. Well, that's my money now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
And yeah, what I didn't really understand last time is that when Decius was mentioning the golden bows, he was like, oh, if we have the golden bow, we could turn people to... We could turn things to gold. I didn't notice that the statues shot people with golden bows, and that's why they turned. I thought it was just from them dying, you know? So he figures if we have a golden bow, then we could use it on people. Alright, we're back. Another thing I was curious about is how can we get Galerius to save the 2 lives of the 2 that want to kill themselves without having to spend $2,000 every time. I don't know if it's possible.
Salve, friend. Oh.
Okay, we can't. We can only have him take care of these 3 things because they're the things that use items that we have like forever.
Julia.
Oh no, we can maybe. This purse of 2,000. Okay, so I can only do this in runs where I have the money.
Poor Virgil. All right, then.
I should just get some.
I'll go.
So yeah, it does cost me 2,000 every time. All right. I guess I'm gonna try and talk to everyone again. just to see if there's anything new I can tell them. I'm looking for Kabash. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know.
Melodies fetch again.
So, naturally, I hovered.
The water they
The
have
one
lost.
word I kept hearing was vanishing. And then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not.
I mean, we already know Kabash is down in the catacombs, so I'm just trying to expand all the dialogue.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, but it does not notice the crowds that come.
I figured it out. I know where we are.
Say it. Speak its name.
Tartarus. The underworld.
Then it is true. I was right.
Yes, you are.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane.
And they thought you were insane
I
too.
had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
I was gonna say, like, having figured out where you are, that's fine. And you thought you'd gone insane, but like, it doesn't explain why you were smuttering these cryptic words to yourself, but I guess it's because she was reciting a poem. Sure.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace.
Black
As
Dis?
the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace.
Is this a real
nor
poem?
notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives.
Yeah, they do.
And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share
Seems
a
pretty
secret.
accurate.
It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Okay. That... Okay, it didn't really give me anything to do this. But, maybe we can ask her questions now.
Friend, you have given me hope. May you follow in the footsteps of Hercules and return to the light of day.
Okay, we cannot ask her questions. That's fine. Let's talk to this guy again.
Hello? Hello?
Dooley.
Have we met
How about that Greek plaque in your cell?
You like it? It's shiny, innit? It makes me happy just looking at it.
May I please have it?
But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad.
I need it for something really important.
But it's mine, and I really like it. I want to keep it.
What's it going to take for you to give it to me?
Well...
He really wants to
if you
get out
me
here, understandably.
here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too.
There's no way Sentius will release you, but perhaps if we had a new magistrate.
Like Galerius?
Right. So all I need to do is persuade everyone to vote for Galerius. Perhaps Malleolus will set you free if he wins. No, I need him to... But he doesn't vote, right? He can't vote because he's a prisoner, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque, and everyone will be happy.
This guy always talks to you as soon as you have the bow, because he really wants it. And eventually we will do his thing.
I'm sorry to trouble you. Now I am...
Not interested. Sorry.
Well, that's a shame. Come back if you change your mind.
I should do his thing eventually, because then we would have the... golden bow, and maybe that could lead to some things we could do. I'm not sure what, but... okay, let's try talking to Claudia again, and this time not angering her.
Citizen.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Could try and talk to this guy again.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here with...
Do you know anything about Sentilla's disappearance?
Of course not. But as I always say, if Sentius can't protect his daughter, how can we trust him to protect this city?
What aren't you telling me?
Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check
okay.
the cisterns beneath this villa. Of course, just to be clear, I take no responsibility for what happens to you down there.
Any idea where I'd find a Roman plaque?
Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but
Sell
I
it,
don't,
of course.
so I can't.
Alright, fair enough. So you're Quintius.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis.
Right, we can't prove it yet. My mistake.
That's quite all right. We all make mistakes.
How understanding of you. And we can't get him to withdraw from the election without proof either, so... Let's talk to his wife. There we go.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Can we talk? Do you know anything about Sentilla's
The dainty little thing
disappearance?
from next door. Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
I think you're hiding something? Doesn't seem like she is. Fair enough. How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think he is who he says he is. So last time we said the wrong thing.
You know, now but
Last time we said I want to force him to withdraw from the election, but she didn't like that because of course she wants to be the magistrate's wife. If we say that, will she like that? Is she vain enough to like this? I just hate to see such a beautiful woman treated so poorly.
oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my
She
husband
likes
would
it. Oh,
see
she
with
is
impotent
vain.
Rage if he overheard you say that. I love it. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Okay. What do you
I
want?
want you to bring me some wine.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
Actually, I don't have any questions. Well, why can't you get it yourself?
You mean, aside from the fact that I'm locked in this room...
Okay, you're not locked
and
anymore.
Domitius is right outside the villa.
They won't let you
because
leave
there's
straight up.
barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. And getting it won't be easy.
I already have it, but I don't remember where I found it.
So you'll help me?
Of course. I have some wine right here. There you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Here's the letter.
Nice. So let's see what this says. Quinctius to beloved Claudia. For a time I despaired at the thought of being trapped here for the rest of my life, but then I met you and discovered that as long as I am with you, I am exactly where I should be. Mere words cannot express my affection for you, and so I will perform a grand gesture in your honor. I will become the city's magistrate so that I may govern with wisdom and strength, with you by my side. A love letter in which Malleolus accidentally acknowledges his name is Quinctius. Oh. Perfect.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is.
According to this bounty letter from Emperor Nero, he's the person who started the fires. Oh, he started the fires. Right.
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him.
Too late.
Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
No, I think I'll hang on to it. Sure, you can have this one. I can always get another copy. Sure, you can have it. Nobody else will ever know. No, I think I'll hang on to it.
What? No. You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkus.
I didn't lie to you. I said the truth.
It was a lie of omission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. May Jupiter cut you down.
Well, I'll be going now.
I curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths. This is outrageous.
It's a little excessive, don't you think? Okay, bye. I bring you some wine and you curse my entire family and lineage? What is wrong with you? Alright, well, buddy, I've got some news for you.
You again? What is it now?
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? Why would I withdraw?
Because I know you're Quinctius, your wife gave me your love letter, and Nero wants you dead.
So, it finally caught up with me.
That's right.
I suppose that makes you, what? One of Nero's assassins?
No, I'm not. Fortunately for you, the Emperor sends his regards. Oh my god. No, I'm not.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Not if you withdraw from the election immediately and release everyone in debt bondage to you. Oh, okay, so that's how you could do it without spending the $2,000.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'd let me live?
Sure, I will. Just thinking about it.
Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway.
Okay.
I'll let Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage.
Good.
There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
So he's done it. He has withdrawn from the election. Oh, interesting. So now we can ask Galerius to run. There you are. Oh, busy, are you?
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you
under duress? Very good question.
I just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
Domitius is smart. He's like, this isn't right. Are you under duress? Like, will be unavailable until Galerius has finished his errands. I should try talking to him later. Okay. So this will be an interesting cycle.
Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Surprising, but thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know.
And there she goes. And you're just gonna stay there? Let's follow this chain of events and see what it affects.
Citizens, I have an announcement.
You're just gonna say it here to like
Malleolus
no
has
one?
withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall,
Right, we need to ask
Sentius will be
Galerius.
re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
We need to ask Galerius to run and to convince everyone to run for him, which should be feasible since he's helped everyone and so they would like him at this point. But where is Galerius? It would be nice if you could like track specific people, like you track, I mean maybe if I track a task for him. Persuade Galerius to run for magistrate. If I track him, okay, it doesn't tell me where he is. Okay, I need to just find him. I need to run into him. I'm not sure where he is at this point. Galerius. Does he go back at the beginning? We could just ask him to run and then see how the election goes, if he's there. Like, is that enough to save everyone? Probably not, right? Or it could be one of the endings, maybe. Like, he wins and then... I'm not sure. Because if he wins, then you would assume no one breaks the golden rule, at least not for a few more days. May I have the key to the upper cistern?
I think it's best if I hang on to it.
Why?
You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access to our water supply, the lifeblood of this city? I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question.
Okay, but you know I'm from like the future and the past and like, you know. I think you're hiding something.
Yes, our water supply. From you.
Why would I want to poison everyone? I'm here because of you.
Poisoning a city's water supply is the oldest trick in the Codex. Quite literally. Aeneas the Tactician wrote a siegecraft manual for military commanders some 300 years ago, recommending the poisoning or pollution of cisterns. And
but also efficient.
I wonder if the culprit we're looking for might, after all this, be you. Perhaps it was a mistake on my part to place so much trust in you.
You can trust me, I promise. I'll stay away from the cistern.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, was there something else?
But he still won't give it to me. You can't say that it's him, though, which is interesting. You can't say it's you.
Why then did you say, it looks like you'll have to continue?
Oh, another thing that I needed to do was talk to Yulia. Oh, she's not here. I need to talk to Yulia without upsetting her, which I did last time. Oh, Galerius comes back here, of course.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and how is it possible that they tell you?
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise.
You're a good man, Galerius.
Oh. Now, I'm good. Oh, and...
Okay, I need to ask you to run for the election.
Salve again. Now, what's on your mind?
Ever thought about running?
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up.
Not anymore.
Nobody's gonna take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Why is Dooley in a cell?
Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imaginary treasure.
Imaginary?
Now a magistrate accused him of being a thief. That's nonsense, of course. Dooley's the most harmless man you'll ever meet. But Sentius really has it in for him, for some reason.
That's suspicious. He withdrew from the election.
He did? Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that.
I don't know.
Well, I guess it's time for me to step up then.
Yeah, man.
I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
All right. I'll be
All
going
right,
now.
friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
So now we need to ask everyone to vote for, or like, would they vote for him just from him having done all these good things? We could talk to Equitia and ask her to do the election now so we can see what happens. I think he's probably done as many good deeds as it is possible for him to do, and so people would probably like him by now, but I'm also kind of curious to see how the election goes, just if he's the one running. Hello.
A new face.
Can I ask you some questions about escaping the underworld?
I beg your pardon?
She's like, excuse me? Livia was right, we're in the
Oh
underworld.
my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment.
We don't have a moment.
Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on.
Don't believe a
except
word
the old
they tell you.
Right, okay, yeah. He's gonna tell us about the plaques.
And so it's
Alright.
May Fortuna.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
Ave again.
What's the status of the election?
It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Galerius, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Can we start it now?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk. But I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
The good reason is I want to. Holding it early may prevent conflict between the voters. I think if I say that, she's gonna refuse, but if I say that, maybe she'll accept.
Yes, I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll
Okay.
get things started right away.
Let's see what happens if we do this.
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Sounds like the election's starting.
Like, is someone going to snap and attack someone else, and then, like, the golden rule is broken regardless? What happens if Galerius wins? I feel like something is still going to happen that will break the rule. Either that or, like, it leads to one of the game's endings, maybe? Also, do I get to vote since, you know, I'm a citizen here now? I'm a man. Like, I picked the male body, so technically I should be able to vote. Oh, I didn't think about that. If you choose the woman at the beginning of the game, then you don't have a right to vote. So it does kind of make a difference, actually. But no, because they don't let you vote, so it doesn't actually matter. So ultimately, there's really not that many people here. Like, is Malleolus not gonna come? What about Domitius? Maybe they're just late. Are you guys coming? There's Rufius. We're still waiting on... There's Horatius. We're still waiting on Malleolus and Domitius.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
They're not gonna vote?
The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Oh.
Decius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius?
The man who treated my
Okay, so you don't need to convince them to vote for him. They just do because he's helped them.
You have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius
Alright,
Helver.
and now what?
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please?
Well, you still should.
That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here.
Okay, Julius might break the rule then. How do you feel, Magistrate Galerius? Wow. So the golden rule was not broken. The day goes on as normal. But something will probably still happen, right? Because the cycle needs to reset somehow, so... Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius.
Thank you, Galerius.
So happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Okay, I want to follow him, but I also need to talk to Dooley. So you're gonna give me that plaque now?
Hello? I'm Dooley.
Alright, I haven't talked to you in this run.
Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
That's me. We've met before, Dooley. Did we meet in this run? I think we did. Yes, that's me.
Oh, it is you. Then, thank you. You're a big helper. I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy.
You're welcome.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
What was it?
He gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it.
Sure.
I had to keep it a secret until I found someone I could trust.
Alright, I'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Here's the key.
Key to the upper cistern. Wait, I thought... Wasn't Sentius the one with this key? How come Julius also has this key? The upper cistern is below the Great Temple. The entry must be around there somewhere. Or is this a key I already had?
Hope you find it.
I guess I didn't have it.
Way up high, Hannibal said. Oh, look over there. Something shining. Is it treasure?
Oh, is he going to steal something right away?
I can see it.
Ah, shit. He's going to steal something. Greek inscription, Hades, Lord of Many. Ah, he's gonna steal something. He's gonna steal something and break the rules.
The many shall suffer.
Wow.
For the
So that's what
sins of the
happens.
one.
As soon as he gets out, he steals something. You fool. God damn it. So Sentius was right to have him imprisoned. If he's not in jail, he just steals something right away, and then we're all done. Oh, shit. So I was right. Something does break the rule, even if Galerius gets elected. But we got the items we needed from Dooley. So we have the Greek plaque, a plaque bearing a Greek inscription, Hades, Lord of Many. So we have one of the 4 plaques. And now we know that getting Galerius elected doesn't change anything. But we also have the key to the upper cistern.
Salve, friend.
I'm a little busy right now.
All right then.
Actually...
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? All right.
Okay, there is one thing I want to try. Let me see, I'm gonna save. I want to see what happens if you tell the assassin who Quinctius is, because now that we know who he is he going to go to his villa and try to kill him? I mean, it would just break the golden rule, of course, because either he kills him and that breaks it, or Domitius will kill the assassin. I just want to see what would happen. Hello. He might just kill me, even if I tell him.
There. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius.
Yes, he's in the villa right at the end of this road. He goes by Malleolus now.
Thank you for your service to the Empire.
And he lets you live.
I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Okay, so he does let you live. And let's see how that goes. I mean, I know it's going to end up with the rule being broken, but I'm kind of curious to see, like, in what way.
What now?
I'm here for Malleolus. Who might you be?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me.
Then go through you, I shall.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Who might you be?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus?
Oh, they just repeat the same dialogue. That's weird. And he doesn't get shot? Huh. Okay, that's weird. Okay, it went pretty much exactly how I expected. In fact, let me just reload the save. I'm just going to reload the save because it's going to be the same anyways. Another thing I was kind of curious about is when you talk to Equidia about going to the bats to confirm that we're in the underworld, she goes to the bats, right? What happens if you send her there and the assassin is still there? I guess he would just kill her. And then that breaks the rule also, so I don't really need to see it. Let's get Galerius to do all the things.
Hope you're settling now.
Oh, I can't do it once he leaves the first area.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just try and go unlock the upper cistern then. I don't actually know where it is. You can either find how to get into the upper cistern or find a creative way. So I have the key, but I don't actually know how to open that. Is it this gate here? Oh, it's in the back. Whoa. There's a rave going on down there. Where is the door to the upper cistern? Like, this is a cistern. Was there a door in there that was locked? Can't remember.
Hey, You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
Okay. We're gonna shoot that creature in the head. There you go. It's so strange that this doesn't count as killing someone. Oh, this is probably what leads to the upper cistern, if I knew a way to climb that. I don't think there was a locked door down here. I have 2 leads that say like get behind the theater and take like the secret path, but I don't know where the theater is. Maybe I should accept his offer to turn like to get the golden bow, because then maybe he would lead me somewhere new.
You there? I'm sorry to trouble you. No idea. And before you are, but
Go on.
tell me, do you
But the game said if you don't like action or horror elements, it's like, how is this game going to turn into a horror game? I guess we have to try it.
And here I was thinking, oh, so now with the ability.
I just want you to lead me
and even
to that temple you're talking about, just in case it's like a place I don't know about. That sounds grossly unethical.
Oh, I'm not suggesting we use such a bow on people. There's no profit in breaking the golden rule.
Yeah. In that case, go on.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan.
I am.
Good. Then none of this should be a surprise to you. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow.
The hunt, the moon, okay, so
and it
this must
there is
be...
a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand?
They call her Diana, but they must be talking about Artemis. They must be talking about Artemis.
Precisely.
You want me to steal it?
No, then, but mate, now.
I don't have any questions.
So.
Alright, I'll do it.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment.
Or is he going to try and kill me as soon as he has the bow?
A
Oh.
gold leaf bow.
Oh, wow. God damn, you did quite a job on this. Fake golden bow. A composite bow covered in gold leaf. You did a pretty good job, I have to say.
Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside.
You've
It's just
unlocked
at the end
it?
of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
At the end of the street to the left? This street? Or do you mean... Oh, there? So you had the key to that temple? Ugh. Why is there so many flies in here? A Roman man on his knees as if uttering a desperate prayer. Clearly it fell on deaf ears. Statue of Diana. Why are there so many... Oh. The hell? There's a nest on the ceiling. That's strange. Can I like shoot that down? He locked me in here. The bastard locked me in here. I cannot believe that. So I don't have a choice but to get the bow. If I grab the bow, it's gonna be... I don't know, would it count as stealing? A large stone statue of Diana, the ancient Roman goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld. I don't think it would count as stealing. I don't know. But then it would break the golden rule, but I would be stuck in here. I would get killed by these statues. But I would still have the... No, because if you die, you don't reset the cycle. You just get a game over screen and then you have to reload. Okay, let's just try it, I guess, and see what happens. Can I not, like, can I climb up there? Attempt to steal?
The many shall suffer.
I can't.
For the sins of the one.
And then I just get killed. Because I'm locked in here. And then I turn to gold. So you can't steal it. First of all, it's kind of strange that it counts as stealing, even though like it doesn't belong to anyone. It's just, it's on a statue. So what about it? Attempt to steal, and like you can't even get it out of there. Okay, what happens if I shoot down the wasp nest? It's just going. They're just gonna kill me. Wait, it doesn't do anything? Oh wait, I could... Can I do like a fire arrow? Extinguish the... Oh, wait. Was I supposed? Oh, I was supposed to do it while the lights were off? Come on, that's not gonna change anything, will it? That would be stupid. I forgot I was supposed to... Right, I think he actually told me to turn off the lights before trying to steal it. Are the gods really that easy to fool that like you just turn off the lights and then you get to steal it? That would be kind of weird. Replace with fake. It actually worked? Are you serious? It actually fooled the gods? Wow, the gods are very easy to fool. So now I have a golden bow, able to turn organic matter into gold. According to Roman mythology, this bow was once wielded by Diana, the goddess of the hunt and the underworld. What the? That's so weird. So I can have the regular bow or the golden bow.
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow?
Yes, I have it.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you.
You locked me in here.
A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in. And until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus.
He really is a piece of shit. How is this not against the golden rule? You said you'd split the riches between the two of us.
No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole.
These people... Living under this golden rule has made some of these people like into such manipulators. How can I trust you after you've double-crossed me like this?
You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognize my own handiwork.
There's no way I'm giving you this bow. I'll find another way out. Even if I give it to you, you'd probably just leave me in here. Forget it.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
But how? They haven't attacked me yet. Escape the temple. Oh, wow, I did not even consider that might happen. Is this where the horror elements come into play? Because I have to go down into this little underground crypt. Ugh. Escape the temple. 12 fletched arrows. Uh-oh. Find a way to return to the city. What the hell? Let me guess, there's gonna be a bunch of these creatures down here. And that's where the horror elements come in? Is that it? They're giving me a lot of arrows. Ugh. I have 102 arrows. Wow, it actually works even on objects. So what if I... Huh. It's only supposed to work on organic objects, right? Like a skeleton? What about just water? What the fuck? Oh, it's because there's like this, what do you call that? Like algae on the top? Oh, that's so weird, but also very clever. Damn, okay. Huh. We're being very resourceful. Nevia's journal. Maybe that's how she got into the temple? Okay. Let me not get stuck.
My beloved Galatea, I write this.
You can put
so
this down and
one
continue
day,
listening.
when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me, a rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper...
That's how we're gonna get to cross the vines.
Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking.
Oh, she didn't notice it.
That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place.
Right.
Immobilized within these statues.
Ooh, it's loading.
Are living human beings. It was that day, my love.
We're in the temple.
Heart broke.
That's it? Huh. So she knew, she found out. Oh, I don't have the letter with me. Okay. So she wrote to someone called Galatia? Who is that? It's not one of the people that lives here. Maybe it's someone that's died already. So she noticed that the statues were looking at her, and so she realized they were people. And now we're in the temple, so we might be able to find her here. And that's how we're gonna get to climb the vines. It's with the bow. That's so clever. So where is she? Find a way into the palace. I didn't really get any horror elements. I'm not sure why the game said that. So what were the sounds I was hearing back here? Like someone being beaten up. What was that about? 10 more arrows. Okay, I guess I should keep my arrows at the ready. Excuse me. Oh, that is very creepy. Damn, look at these big golden naturals. Okay, why did you remove the gold from your entire body except for your giant golden boobs? What the hell? Is that Navia? No. What's with the sudden change in music? Is there just a bunch of these people here? Okay, what if I had shot it with the golden bow? Would it just like switch back to being golden fully? There's just a bunch of these. Thank you. Okay, there's your horror elements, I guess, because you get chased by these things. Oh, it didn't work on this one. Wait, where is Navia? Whoop. Wish you guys would stop attacking me. Who are all... Is she the one who's like, she's tried, maybe Navia, because she found out she's the one who's tried peeling the gold away from these people to save them, but then they just attacked her and killed her, maybe. Because like, they would rather die than live as a golden zombie. Huh. Oh, that's crazy. Good thing I had plenty of arrows. 10 more arrows. This is crazy business.
You're not supposed to be here.
Hello. Oh, jeez. Ah, shit. That's a lot of you. That's a lot of you. I'm stuck in the corner. Keep forgetting I can kick them. How come it's not working? Oh, now it is. Okay, I have like 0 health. Let me wait for my health to come back up. Okay, I need to remember to kick them before I shoot them. That way they won't kill me. Damn, there's so many statues. Like, how many people have succumbed to the golden rule? The holy being underground. Okay, that must have been Nevia up there. How do I get to her? Can't open this door. I guess I just have to go through this hole. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Hey guys. Are you guys going to attack me or? Oh, yes you are. Get back! Get back! Get back! And you get to kick them out of the way, otherwise they might block your path. That is very funny. I feel like it shouldn't be funny, but it is. Okay, I need to get out of here with this bow so I can go to the places that had vines. Right in the head. There's a lot of these too. Bonk. Oh, then I can use it to climb. So clever. I guess I can see how it would be described as like horror elements, because it is pretty creepy. And like you don't usually get creepy stuff like this in a puzzle game, which is essentially a puzzle game. They all have the same face. Boink. Good thing I have so many arrows. I'm not sure what was down there. Oh, a chest? I do want to know what's in the chest. And here I thought the creature in the cistern was going to be like an exception. Was gonna be like the one person this happened to, but no, there's a bunch of them. This has to be Navia's doing. Like she must have been doing this to save them in her own twisted way. I'm sorry, let me... Sighs with relief. Yeah, like they don't want this. Like they must be in pain the entire time that they're healed. There's so many of them. Okay, get back, get back. Get back. There's too many. Ah, there's too many, and I'm stuck in the environment. Good thing I just fucking saved. It's very, very easy to get stuck in the environment. I'm not sure why they try to attack you though, like just because they're in pain. That doesn't mean you need to attack me. Is it possible to get down there and then climb back up? Oh, look at all of them. Okay, single file, please. Form a line. I'll get to all of you. And boink. Boink. So I could just do this in the water. Wow. I do kind of admire the physics of this, where like it seems to work on pretty much anything that it should work. Like if you use it on a tree. Okay, no. But still. Alright, Nevia, enough of this little charade. Enough of this little manhunt. Let me out of here. The key to the palace doors. There we go. Nevia's Journal, Volume 2.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company.
That's nice of you.
I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor, who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that the beloved Galatea was come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I
okay.
borrowed
So it's
from a
just someone she
story.
was talking to.
But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely
She
beautiful
fell for one of
woman
the statues. How
ever
interesting.
known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just
Bad
whisper
idea.
your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task
Oh
ahead.
yeah. So I was right.
Barred
She
the
did
doors
this.
to this place and set to work.
But she did it to so many of them. She tried freeing all of them at some point, it seems. Can't open any of these doors. The game is giving us a steady influx of arrows, which is nice. But we can't open any of these doors. Okay, it kind of... I see someone at the door there. I think that's her. Right there. But, okay. Let's go around. I really had no idea how this vine thing was gonna work. I was like, how can you possibly, do you find some kind of magic potion that makes you lighter so you can climb the vines? I really did not expect it would be this. Can I fuck. Shit. I never thought it would be to climb the vines. So how do I like... Oh, okay. Climb up there, or not sure why they give you money either. Like, what am I gonna use this money for? Hello. Doesn't work on their hands though. It has to be in the head, it seems. You've got to do headshots. A young Roman woman with her arms raised as if suddenly terrified by something unknown. Is this Galatea? Is this the one she fell for? I wonder. Bonk. More arrows. Thank God for these chests full of arrows. Actually, let me climb up there, see if there's anything. There's nothing? Then why can I climb up here? That's odd. This palace is pretty big. I'm guessing there's a third journal we need to find. That's why they show these little butterflies. It's kind of like to indicate that there's a thing you can turn to gold, I guess. Hello. You guys would make my job a lot easier if you didn't attack me. I could then relieve you from your pain. Interesting. Man, this place is huge. Oh, there's the third journal. And some money for some reason.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan.
That's an understatement.
My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great
So why'd you keep doing it?
At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all.
Yeah.
They are forsaken.
It's pretty messed up.
Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body.
Except the boobs.
But when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength.
Why do they do
and
that?
those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her.
So why'd you do it again?
Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after
Okay, but you did that like dozens of times. There's so many of these fuckers.
too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as
Like after the first one, I get it. After 3, 4, 5, I would stop.
attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place.
How interesting. She's got like this obsession with this statue of a person she doesn't even know, but she's fallen for her beauty. And she's like made up this identity for this woman she doesn't know, and she wants to free her. But she doesn't want her to turn into one of these monsters, which she probably would. She's waiting to have perfected like some kind of method that can do it while retaining her humanity. Blood turning to... Oh, hello. Blood turning to gold. It's like she's tried it so many times. How many of these have I shot by now? Like 50 at least? Oh, God. That's horrible. Leave these poor souls in peace. Oh God, the blood. It appears to be dead. Evidently, its death didn't break the golden rule because it was already like golden, so it didn't count as a person anymore. Navia, you must be stopped. This is fucking horrible what you're doing. You're desecrating all these... Ugh. Oh, jeez. Okay, I can see the horror elements now. This is pretty gruesome. I just know one of these is gonna lunge at me. Oh, God, look at all this gore. Like, it's gore and gold. It's gold. I'm here to stop you. Half-peeled statue. Oh, hello. Oh, you started peeling just the face. You can talk? Who are you? Uh-oh. It's Navia. Ah! You must be Navia?
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away.
Excuse me?
You're going to pay for that.
If you attack me, we'll both end up encased in gold. Good luck with that. This has nothing to do with me. But also, yeah, we'll both... I mean, she would probably be like, oh, yes, please encase me in gold so I can join my fellow... This has nothing to do with me.
Liar. I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Oh, this is Galeria?
Look at her. She's in agony.
Well, you
All
did
I
this.
wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead.
Wonder why that is.
What's so special about you?
It's not just this statue whispering to me. A lot of them do it, but it's always the same voice.
What do you mean, the same voice?
It's like someone else is whispering to me through the statues.
Yes. I remember when they used to whisper.
Why
to
did they
me.
also talk to you?
They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper.
That's
but
true.
Now that I think about it, they were all
It's
benevolent
Persephone, right?
and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then This body is nobody. And everything I've done here was...
Yeah.
Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me.
You were so close. You were on the right path.
All the hard work, then swoop in. Is that
Damn,
it?
you were so close. No, I swear.
Liar. You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too.
I ended up here by accident. All I want to do is leave.
What? What are you talking about?
I got trapped in tunnels under the city and came up inside the palace.
Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us?
You know, the world does not revolve around you, Navia. I never had any intention of hurting you.
So I did all this. I ruined her.
Oh, so you just did this now?
What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the
She's gonna
thought
kill
of
herself.
being like this, and in so much pain. It's the air coming into contact with her flesh.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut.
I'd be only too happy to imprison you in gold. She is like pretty messed up. What she's done here under the guise of experiments is fucking horrible. Like, these are all actual people that have been suffering because of her. Wait, I can undo this? I'm not sure how.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
I can cover her in gold again. Yeah, that's true. I can wind back time and make it so that I never came in here. But then it's not going to affect you, really.
What? How?
This golden bow is the weapon that encases people in gold.
Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if
I already
you can
have that
undo
key.
this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
If I was to use the golden bow on her, would that break the golden rule? Like, would that count as me killing her, even though I'm only encasing her in gold? I don't actually know. And like, wait, she wants to give me the key to her chest, but we've already opened her chest. Where did we find the key? I can't remember where I found the key that opened her chest, but it was like pretty early in the game, so it's weird to think that maybe you might have to do all of this first before being able to do like the rheumatism thing. Alright, stand back. Stand way back. So this is her, this is Galatea. Let me save just in case you do anything crazy. Can't talk to her. Like, why did you have to do the whole body? Why not just do the face if you wanted to talk to her? There you go. I mean, it's not, you know, she's not fully encased, but...
You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can
This
be
is
done
all your
for them?
fault.
I've
It's
tried
because of what
everything
you've
I
done.
can. I fear.
Have you
the
tried
only
not
one
peeling
capable
them?
of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few
key I
things in
already
there
have.
which may be useful to Lucretia.
Yeah, where did I find this? I don't
Now,
remember.
Please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Goodbye, Navia.
Go, and never return. still here?
I was leaving. I'm going to save. And I'm going to shoot her in the back of the head with this bow because she is a danger to everyone here. And I want to see... I shouldn't be doing this. I want to see if turning someone to gold breaks the golden rule. It does.
Many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay. I'm going to reload. I guess that makes sense. It counts as killing them. Well, you better never do anything like this again, Navia. This is really fucked up what you've done here. Like, seriously. Really fucked up. A lot of these people have been suffering because of you. Like, dozens of them. Survive the palace. I got an achievement. Whee! And now I get to go see Decius and be like, remember me? You bitch. Where is he? Where is that asshole? There he is. Hey, man. Remember me?
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Oh, hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. I think there might have been some confusion about my little practical joke earlier. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like two friends joking around at the Saturnalia, and then, surprise, I'd open the door. But when I opened it, you were gone.
I don't believe you.
Partner, I swear, this is just a misunderstanding. Look, why don't you keep our bow as compensation?
You mean my bow? Don't worry, I'm keeping it.
Fine, fine. It's a credit to you that you're able to see the humour in all of this. Now, can I help you with something?
Fuck off.
Another time.
Oh, you're getting up so easy. I should totally just... yeah, that's right. Cower in fear. I want to see you, like... I want to see you piss your pants. Why does everything turn kind of gray? Is that because you're about to do something that might break the rules? Interesting. You're so lucky I'm not killing you. Alright, well, now that we have the bow, we can climb the vines down in the cistern. Like this. And this one. Golden vines. These are climbable. They sure are. Find a creative way into the upper cistern. Whoop. Platforming. What shall we find in these in this upper cistern, I wonder? Whoop. Whomst is this? Is this Scintilla? Who locked you in here? Was it Sentius? Sentius has the key and he didn't want us to come in here, so maybe he's the one that locked her in here? But why would he lock his own daughter in here? Let me save.
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
I'm Lukael and nobody sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes
What
back.
monster? What is going on here?
I'm Scintilla.
Yes,
I found a way
I figured
out
that.
through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked.
So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever. Or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go
It's
so we can
Sentius?
kill him
You're
and
talking about
take
your
his
father?
key.
Who did this to you?
Sentius, my adoptive father.
Adoptive
Please
father.
help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
Of course. How hasn't this broken the golden rule?
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Oh, so... Okay, so his daughter found a way to escape, and so he locked her in here because... Maybe he thought that her escaping would break the rules, and so he thought in a way he was saving everyone? Where is the way out?
Behind me. There's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key.
What will you do if I release you?
I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape
But you will
together.
doom everyone else if you do that. What about the others?
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
Okay, this might be one of the endings. I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else is going to die. What if I round everyone up so they're ready to escape once the golden rule is broken? I'm letting you go, let's get out of here together. I mean, what if I round up everyone else?
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never.
I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else is gonna die.
What? No, you can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius to let us go. Not heartless, just rational. Our escape isn't worth the lives of everyone here. Trolley problem again. I've changed my mind. I will let you go. Forget the others. Let's get out of here. Let me talk to Sentius.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please.
Well, let me try. I'm sorry, I need to try. I can be fairly persuasive. I have to try.
You're making a mistake.
Confront Sentius about his abduction of Sentira. That is fucked up, dude. That's fucked right up. You locked your own daughter in here. But of course you couldn't kill her. Wait, this is locked? I thought I had the key. Wait, who gave me the key to the upper cistern? The key to the upper cistern was given to me by Julius. This is the... Okay. This is the door you can unlock. Which leads... Oh, this one you can't... Okay. Oh! Okay, no, it does... That was weird. It leads here. Oh, this door. Okay, yeah, I know where I am. Sentius, we need to talk, my dude. We've got a serious talk incoming. You've got a lot of splaining to do.
That lamp.
But he's gonna say, well, if she escapes, everyone will die. He's going to try and justify himself, of course.
Citizen, we're finally alone. We have his... Seem...
I know what you did to Scintilla.
Me? What are you talking about?
Wow, you're just going to deny it? You're keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him.
Who?
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
Wait, how can you remember him? Al also went through a time loop, right? You remember him?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one trip to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know.
He remembers
But
everything.
I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles.
That's why he couldn't solve
because
it.
of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had
Wait,
this
so you're actually like
conversation.
extremely
I watched him
old.
come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more.
That's so fucked up.
When he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot.
But how come he's in the future?
The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean,
Not
you lived
racist.
through the day, what, 9 times? Most impressive.
Wow, he remembers
And
the
yet
actual number. I
everything
wonder how
you've
many
done
lines
has
they've had
been
to
in
record for
vain.
that.
All those people you murdered, thinking you were a hero.
I didn't really kill that
They
many people.
died for nothing. Because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes.
Wow, you're so
Best to
evil.
take your own life now. So,
Are you
discovered
Hades
my
himself?
secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Wait, you knew there was a way out and even locked up your own daughter to keep it a secret. Why?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity.
And you never
Don't you
really
see?
died because you remember every
I have found
loop.
a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Hand over the key to the exit.
And why would I agree to that?
Is the right thing to do. If you don't hand it over, you might have an uprising on your hands. What's to stop me from taking it by force? This isn't over. Because I would tell everyone about it, but then he could just break the golden rule, do the portal thing. But it implies he never actually dies, right? He needs to be able to do the ritual every time, or the time loop doesn't happen. If I tell everyone, then what if we lock you up in like a room somewhere and you can't do the ritual?
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies.
Why? What? Not if we just imprison you. We all die only if we kill you. So that's... So he's not... He didn't create the golden rule, but he's been able to, because of this ritual, he's been able to abuse it. And I should have believed Galerius when he said this guy was sick. He really is sick. Is the right thing to do?
You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions.
That's
Least
crazy.
of all,
So the next cycle, he's going to remember we had this
understand
conversation.
that to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot. And you're no longer useful.
Useful for what, though? Like,
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time, so if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here.
Yeah, that has to be one of the endings.
To undo it. Is that what you want?
This isn't over.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life.
That's so fucked up, dude. I'll find a way to break the cycle and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
That is crazy business. I did not see that coming at all. What a twist. The golden rule. Sentius, you bastard. Oh man, there's so many different avenues we can take now. We can escape with the daughter, which will doom everyone. We can kill this guy, which will send us back to our time, but then... He's counting on my morality to not kill him and doom everyone and go back to my time. I don't know if you're gonna win this bet, because unlike you, not only do I have the power of time travel on my side, I have the power of being the player on my side. I get this little thing called save game, which means I can just do it, I can just kill you and then come back and break the cycle. I am all-powerful as the player, but you wouldn't know that. That's crazy business. Man. Okay, let me save. There's still so many things I want to try and do, but I've been recording for a very long time already, like almost 3 hours. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an end to you and see the ending where you die.
Don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all die. And if I die, you see, it would that mean now get.
I don't care.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Alright, it doesn't... Whoa! It did work. I was gonna say it didn't work. We're just gonna die and then we have to reload. But no, it did die. It did work because we made a paradox. Karen, I've got some words for you. Al is there. How are you there?
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Al Worth? I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
How are you young? I was hoping you'd know who I am.
Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said that the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants.
Who would be there to tell this story?
As the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light.
Actually, that was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in the present day, I found your corpse hanging from a noose.
I'm sorry, come
Why would it undo what happened to him? I still have the suicide note you carved into this tablet here.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar?
'Cause
I've
it's
spent
yours.
a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing. But I don't understand how I could have written it.
Okay, so killing Sentius, he can't be there to bring us to the past. So he can't be here to bring Al to the past either. But no, because Sentius isn't the guy that brought us to the past, right? It's Karen who sent us in the tunnel. No, I guess the portal was created by Sentius, so it's not Karen that sent us to the underworld. It's Sentius who sent us through the portal. So by killing Sentius, he never made the portal, which means Al never went back to the past. But then how come this tablet exists? If I was never in the past, how could there be a tablet about my being there? It was written by a different version of you. I changed the past and your fate.
I'm not following.
I killed the man who opened the time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Now you're getting it.
I guess. So what you're really saying is, you brought me back from the dead to let me die all over again. You saw the tablet. I spent a lifetime searching for a way out and never found one. I can't see how I could possibly find one now, so it seems like we're both gonna die here.
I regret nothing. I made a mistake. Well, no, because I stopped Sentius from doing his shit, so... But was Sentius really doing anything that bad? He was the only one reliving this day over and over again. Him and us. Like, there could be someone before Al. There could have been others in the future. So yeah, he was kind of doing something wrong. I regret nothing.
How can you say that? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. It's only a matter of time before we join them. I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius multis dolabant. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh, reach ending 1 of 4. The many shall... Oh! How many might have survived if you hadn't killed Sentius in cold blood? Interesting. But... He's like, oh, we're gonna die down here, but like, we're dead already, right? Isn't that the whole twist? We're already dead, that's why Karen sent us to the underworld? So... That's why we're gonna be stuck down here forever. Well, I'm glad, I guess I started with the first ending. That's it. Wow, ending 1. Alright, alright. Nick Pierce, Alexander Goss, John Airy. That's it, just a small team of 3 people and then a lot more people helping out. Historical consultants, very nice. Wow. What a crazy twist. Cast in alphabetical order. Al Worth. Wow, and with a picture of everyone. I think that's the first time I've seen credits with pictures in it. Ancient Roman God. 80s. I guess they can't say the name because you might have reached the ending without actually finding out the answer, so they have to say Ancient Roman God. Assassin. He's got quite a voice. Aurelia, Claudia, Decius, Domitius, Julie, Equidia. That's so novel to see credits with pictures. Georgius, Horatius, Karen, Kabash, whom we haven't met yet, Malleolus, Philosopher. Interesting, he never gets a name, so it's just the old man, the old philosopher. Proserpina, Rufius, Sentia, Centilla, the bastard himself, Sentius, Ulpius. So he had to like pretend to meet us for the first time every loop. And he actually said, you've been here 9 days. Like he remembered the number of days. So like, how many lines do you think they had to record of like, you've been here 1 day, you've been here 2 days? Because, like, what if I just keep repeating the same day, let's say 200 times? Would he actually say 200 days? I guess no one would ever take that long, so they must have recorded, like, a certain number. Because all it is just one line of dialogue, right? So they could just have him say every number up to, like, I don't know, 300, and, like, no player would ever really take that long. Unless they were doing it just to hear him say that. Maybe after a certain number of cycles, he just says, like, oh, you've been here countless times. I don't know. That's crazy that he actually remembers. Wow. Well, this has been a very long episode. A lot of massive revelations today. I'm really curious to try and solve the other endings. So there are 3 more endings. I guess we'll do that next time. I'm also glad they addressed why Al was never able to solve the mystery of this game, because you're like, Al spent a lifetime down there and he never solved it. And we, a player, get to solve it in like 8 to 10 hours. But the reason is because he never wanted to, he was a very moral guy, and like he never wanted to like kill anyone or do anything kind of immoral, and really calling us out. He's like, oh, you broke a bunch of rules in order to solve the problem. But all right, I'm really interested to see the different ways this can go. I guess we can find out the plaques, and then the gods will free us or something. The other ending might be just escaping with Scintilla. They did mention she was adopted, so that's not a surprise. She did mention that. I'm really impressed by the writing. Like, this is a very clever twist, so this is a great game. I'm looking forward to watching some other people play the game. I already want to get my girlfriend to play through it, that's for sure. I'm gonna try and do the other 3 endings in the next episode. I think 1 more episode might be enough to do all the other endings. We'll see. But until the next time, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had fun playing this. Hope you had fun watching it. I'll see you in the next episode for some more Forgotten City. À la prochaine.